All right. Once again, I want to welcome us today, uh, being the 17th day in the month of May, year 2022. It is already the right scheduled time that we have scheduled for the beginning of this meeting. We are experiencing a lot of lateness, especially in terms of attending our meetings regularly and also punctually. But nonetheless, this particular meeting is on record. And so, like I promised, we are going to be coming live on this meeting on a regular basis to ensure that we properly inform and also be able to carry everyone along, especially those of us who are coming in newly and also people that have not been following with the happenings around the Incredible World Coin Exchange. And so, in this regard, we deemed it necessary to come on board and also have this meeting regularly to ensure that we checkmate the progress that are being recorded and also how far we have gone and where we are heading to. It is very interesting to know that we still have people who are actually not following what we are doing. And so that is why we are still sometimes going back and forth. And some people are confused as regards to what is needed or expected of them to do. But all the same, the reason for this meeting is to be able to educate, inform, and also carry us along, looking at the fact that this project has gone very far in terms of the rate of success that we have achieved so far, and we have so many other, hills to climb as the migration currently is ongoing. And then also, I would appreciate if when you are admitted into the meeting, kindly leave your mic muted so that an echo or a noise will not be flowing from your background. And so, as I was saying earlier, we are going to do some demonstrations today. I'm going to be sharing my screen to show us one or two things, and then also take some updates and also get to inform us regarding where we are, how far we have gone, and then what is unfolding. The reason for these meetings consecutively is to ensure that we carry everyone transparently, uh, especially those who are looking and also thinking that IWC is delaying opening the tradings or the trading activities on the exchange. No, we are not delaying the opening of IWC trading on our exchange, but what it is required, every market requires people. And so in a market, we have buyers and sellers. Market is all about buying and selling. And so if we only have people that are here to sell and we do not have people to buy, the market commodities will be waste. And so we also need sellers to also get to the right place or position where they can be able to sell their goods. And so this is why this migration process is currently going on and it is still ongoing. Somebody sent me a message yesterday regarding the exchange from Nigeria. And he is referring to the delay, looking at when the exchange went live, November 28th of last year, 2022. And so many people were unable to do their migration. Like in Nigeria, we experienced a tremendous slowdown for quite a period of time during the cashless policy just prior to the election period. We know what actually transpired, what went on all around the nation. So much has happened here in Nigeria, and so much is also still happening even at this moment. We are experiencing the post-election season. We already have experienced some difficult times, especially prior to the election, looking at the difficulty people accessing their funds and what have you. And so the migration fully resumed back into motion immediately after such cash policy was actually a kind of relieved. So there was a little relief nationwide, and that was what brought about the cash flow of currency, the fiat currency circulation nationwide. And so I think prior to that season, kindly mute your mics, and please leave your mics muted until you are given an opportunity to address any issue or speak in the forum. Please let us imbibe that spirit and also that habit of muting our mics even before getting into the meeting room, so that your mics will not be a distraction to what we are doing. And so throughout the period of February, let me say, when we came in some part of January and throughout February, stroke March, I think it was March that things began to slacken a little bit in Nigeria. And so Nigeria experienced close to over 2 months of financial challenge, money not being circulated, and the cashless policy being introduced, vehemently without any proper, framework, or things were not put in place. And so that led to a lot of people going through a lot. Some people lost their lives. Some people in that period actually went through hell. And so those are some of the factors that actually contributed to the slowing down of the migration process from Nigeria, from the region of Nigeria. And also over there in Liberia, I think one of the greatest challenges that the coordinators actually experienced was the issue of having to get conversant with the issue of migration, and also having a proper information regards to what is obtainable and what should be done for the migration process to be done. And currently, right now, the ambassador and also most of the coordinators from Liberia are already now on top gear to resume. And so we also want to see Sierra Leone and other regions kicking up very faster, because there is one thing I want to get here straight. Every exchange has a policy or a required number of persons that are needed. No exchange operates without people. No market can operate without people. And so, throughout last year, when the migration began up till this moment, we have over 3,850 persons that have paid for their migration. And so out of that 3,850 persons, we have close to 1,695 persons. As I was going through the data, especially more migrations are actually coming from the Nigerian region that have fully completed their migrations. And so we have the majority yet to complete their migrations, many of which they have already made payment. And so they have made payments because we are going by the number of payments that were received for the migration fees. That is what we are using to ascertain the total number of persons that have started the migration process. And so that is the number. And so I'm still calling on those of us who have been able to have who have made payment and yet to complete their migration. We have over 30 persons that have already made payments from one region, from Liberia. We also have close to 25 persons from Maryland who have made payment since January. They have not even signed up on the exchange. And so the few persons that actually began did migration from the Monrovia region, I think Mr. Sumo been able to do their migrations. And so,
Ina
uh,
son baka shawara.
going forward, he is also
Wannan
going to this time around swing into action also alongside with other coordinators over there to bring in more migrations from different regions across Liberia. And so these are some of the factors generally that actually brought about the issue of delay. We were actually thinking that by this time, at least, we should be approaching 30 or 40,000 users already migrated. And so we still have work to do. But I strongly believe that with most of the initiatives that are already put into place, we are going to record a tremendous success, God willing, during the entire 60 days challenge. Already, we have few days for this 60 days challenge to go. We have people that are making judicious, they are utilizing this opportunity to ensure that they are able to migrate people. And so we also have sponsorships right now coming very strongly from the region of Liberia. I think one person sponsored about 20 persons today. And then also last week, Reverend Samson Che from Greenville sponsored 20 persons. And also Johnson from Bong also sponsored about 20 persons this week. And so we have 40 sponsorship from Liberia, and also more are coming in. And then, like I stated, there are some humanitarian administrators whom I have already sent receipts, evidence of payment for people who are sponsoring users. And up till now, I think over a week plus, uh, I sent or distributed a couple of receipts to Mr. Hosea and Mr. Benjamin Elams. But up till this moment, I have not received any feedback regarding those migrations, whether or not they are completed. And so right now, we were crying about the issue of migration fees. Now, we have people coming on board to sponsor the humanitarians who received coins for free. And so, if we still have the sponsorship receipts queuing up, waiting for migrations to take place, that shows that this is another negligence on our part. And so we need to tighten up our belt. We need to also wake up in terms of fast tracking this entire process, because it is taking time, and also it is taking so long for us to have a couple of migrations being completed, especially in a week. And so we want to be able to record at least 2 to 3 thousand migrations weekly. But the way everything is going, sometimes we can barely record even 100 migrations. And so I don't really understand what is going on from the administrative aspect of the humanitarians. And so let us do our best to ensure that we are able to meet up, we are able to rally round, and also be able to get all the sponsorships that are being allocated to us fully migrated within the stipulated period. And so I want to commend one of the administrators who has actually proven to be a very strong administrator. He's just coming in, actually, Mr. David. I communicated with Mr. David, I think that was within the week. And I'm so surprised that Mr. David was able to migrate 30 persons in less than 72 hours. As a matter of fact, he created their emails for them, also created their exchange wallets, and migrated them at the same time. And so he just sent me a feedback this evening that he has already completed the migrations. And so there are some humanitarian administrators I sent. I think Benjamin Elams, I sent you 20 migrations. You please unmute your mic? I think that was over today, should be over a week. Have you been able to migrate 20 persons from your list? Benjamin Elams, you can unmute your mic and give us update very quickly.
Good evening, sir. Good evening,
Yes.
House.
Good evening.
I've been able to migrate 12. The other 8 remaining, I've created their wallet address. I've done everything. Is remaining sending the email. By tomorrow morning, the 8 email will be sent. So I'm almost done with the 20. So it's just the email to send them that is remaining now.
All right. And so I want us to fast track this process because we have about 116 persons sponsorship right now on standby. And so I have given you 20 persons since last week. I expected that 20 to be exhausted very fast so that I can send you another badge. So why I'm sending you the batch is so that you can do the migration very quickly, finish it up on time, and I send you another list. And so, like Mr. David from Kaduna State has already exhausted 30 sponsorship that I sent him just within a day before yesterday or yesterday. He has completed the whole migrations. And so we want you, the humanitarians, the administrators, to come up very vibrant. And so your people were complaining that they do not have money to sponsor, to migrate. Now we are already having sponsorship coming, lying up on queue to migrate all of you who are crying and complaining that you are not going, you don't have the means to migrate. And so you have no excuse to give whatsoever at this point. And so let us try and be able to fasten up the entire migration process and also help us to move this particular migration speedily. Yes, I will take Mr. Hosea. Mr. Hosea, how far have you gone with the number of migrations that I sent to you? Have you been able to complete the migrations or you are still in process? I think I sent you over 30 names.
Hello, sir. Good evening.
Yes, good evening.
Yeah, because of I told you last week that my elder sister died.
Yes.
So the burial is still not possible within the week. It is on Friday that we are going to do the burial. But nevertheless, I try my best to did more than 10, 12 migrations. But the reason is I spoke with the ambassador that the humanitarian list he gave me, some of the ICO, the OI, sorry, the ICO ID are not appearing. If I go into the person's dashboard trying to remove the ICO number, it's not showing me. It will only tell me that the credentials do not match. So that is the challenge I'm facing. And I equally told him that if I can get each humanitarian with his own phone number, 1,000 emails per day. That's what I told him. And the challenge I'm having is email and the humanitarian list he gave me. That is the challenge for now.
All right. And so we want to make sure that we are able to fast track this entire process. That the humanitarians who submitted the list of their beneficiaries, anyone whose name is on that list that benefited from that allocation should be able to provide a phone number for their emails to be created. And so I have said this over and over again, and I'm repeating the same thing. And so while we are awaiting sponsorship, even though we have sponsorship right now, so I expected that even during that particular cash challenge, I expected that all the administrators must have created emails for their beneficiaries. And so take your time and create emails for all the people that are recipients or beneficiaries to any allocation, so that we will help to fast track this particular process, because this is what is actually holding us back at this point. And so I expect us to be able to comply with that. Make sure the humanitarians make their beneficiaries' phone numbers available. And so it's as easy as that. You cannot tell me that all the people that you have added, included their names on that list to receive that allocation, does not have a phone. And so it is not also right for an administrator to use his phone numbers to create emails for others, because at the end of the day, whenever you are not around in the future and those people want to make some adjustments or wants to recover their account, it is automatically they cannot recover such details. Why? Because the phone number that is attached to that Gmail or whatever email or Yahoo Mail or Hotmail or whatever mail you open for them, they cannot access it. And so, if you are not a robot, you are a human being, you should have a phone number. Even in your family, if you don't have a phone, someone in your family should have a phone. There is barely a household right now in Nigeria that you can go and you will not see anyone in that household with a phone. And so let us communicate with all the humanitarians. And as a matter of fact, we will have to schedule another meeting with all the humanitarians in order to give them that particular announcement, so that they can proceed to make available all the contact numbers of all those who are recipients and also beneficiaries of their allocation, so as to speed up this particular process. And so I'm using this opportunity to call on the humanitarians that are present in this meeting. Mr. Paul, you are here, and also some of the humanitarians who will listen to this recorded version of this meeting tonight. Ensure that you are able to get the phone numbers of all your recipients, so that their emails will be created to confirm those emails via those phone numbers in order for them to have access into the exchange. And so I am expecting that everyone that has been attending this meeting at this point should already have that in their mind, that you cannot sign up on the Incredible Exchange with an invalid or an ultimated email currently at the moment, because of the verification features, and also the exchange APIs will be communicating directly with you via your email and also other mediums regarding whatever activity or transaction that will be carried out in that exchange. And so let us have that at the back of our mind, and it will help us to move faster. And so that is that from Hosea. We sincerely accept our condolences, and also we extend our regards to the entire family for your loss. And also, I want to take David very quickly. Yes, David, you can unmute your mic and tell us how far are we making progress on your list. I can see you are very vibrant, and also uh, you are standing by for another list. So unmute your mic, David, and give us an update regarding your humanitarian list.
Good evening, House.
Yes, good evening.
Regarding the migration and people that have their list under me, uh, since the last week, a part of the 30 people that you asked me to started migrating process of their migration, it's only that pastor that paid for 5 people last week called me and said that he want to pay for another 5 people by God grace before the month runs out. So, but even though I'm having the little challenge is that I'm in school, but by God grace, by next week, before weekend, I will be going back to Kaduna, so that I will be having meeting with them and communicating with the people, so that I believe when they see me physically, they will have the zeal to do the migration. But the little challenge is that because I've came back to school for almost 2 weeks now, that's why the migration. But even though I normally receive requests of the migration through my dad, His Royal Highness Joshua Makama. So he normally, if they meet him, he normally send me details. Then I will do the migration. But if I'm there too, I believe that the process of the migration will move faster. So you bear with us, but by God's grace, next week the migration process will be much faster in my own list by God's grace, sir.
All right, thank you so much. So the 30 persons I sent you yesterday, have you migrated all of them?
Yes, sir. I did. I created their emails as when you directed me. I used one day and I created their emails. Then the following day, I started sending them in the exchange, writing their details. We copied their wallet addresses, putting them in order. So when I received the payment slip, I was being copied the wallet address, sending them through their emails accordingly. So that is why the work came to me very easy.
All right, thank you so much. And so
Thank you, sir.
I am using this opportunity to extend the same advice and also clue to all our administrators. And so, first of all, thank you so much, David. And so, when you get back to your base, you should be able to start up straight away with the emails. Invite all
Okay, sir.
those on the list, invite
Yes,
them
sir.
to come, and then create emails for them. Let it be that they have their emails on
Emails. Okay,
standby,
sir.
so that as
Yes,
soon
sir.
as we send you any number of sponsorship, you can migrate them just like you did within a very short time. All right?
Thank you, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes. Thank you so
Thank you,
much.
sir.
Thank you very much, David. And
Yes.
so that is one of our humanitarian administrator from Kaduna. I think we have two administrators from that region, Mr. Hosea and also Mr. David. All of them are from Kaduna State. And so the migrations are going on a bit faster at this point because this week at least we have recorded over 100 migrations from Nigerian region, and so we have a total of 375 sponsorship currently at the moment ever since we kick off the 60 days challenge. And so probably we may approach 1,000 before the end of the 60 days challenge because the sponsorship is actually going on almost on a regular basis. And so I want to appreciate all our dear sponsors and people who have made it possible for this particular success to be achieved. uh, I want to let you know that there are people who believe so much in this project. And all of us who are here today are same believers of this project. And I can guarantee all of us that you will live to see what is going to happen. And by God's grace, all of us will rejoice and smile because as I'm talking to us, I was so happy when I actually watched that in the news when the Nigerian government has now made anything relating to blockchain and also digital currencies legal. So blockchain and everything that has to do with crypto currently right now in Nigeria, it is no longer an illegal business. It is no longer an illegal institution. And so, like I told us, the this present administration has also launched a blockchain commission, superheaded by the Central Bank of Nigeria, fully currently building a blockchain that will host the digital local and also international currencies via the powered by Central Bank of Nigeria. And so, apart from the Nigerian local currency, which is the e-naira, they will also introduce what we call CBD, central bank digital currencies, and so many other currencies that will operate via the blockchain, just like cryptocurrency. And most of these currencies, both the e naira and also the central bank digital currency, will interact with every other cryptocurrency, yeah, because it is currently on a blockchain ledger. And so our prayers has been answered, and so all that we have been gearing up, looking forward to see probably in the coming years has already manifested. And so before, it used to be an illegal issue for you to venture into discussing about blockchain or all around Nigeria and also other regions without the permission of the government. And so we are very happy today that the government is coming out, encouraging youth, encouraging young people to venture into blockchain. And so it is no longer a rumor. Those of you who have begun this move with IWC, count yourself privileged and opportune to get to know about this. Even in the next 3 to 5 years to come, there will still be a lot of people around Africa that will not be privileged to know what this opportunity entails or has for them. Just like when Bitcoin opportunity passed many of us by right on our watch. Today we are seeing Bitcoin value 20 something thousand. I'm going to show us what is the value of Bitcoin in dollars in your local currency right now as we dive into the presentation and what have you. And so before I further conclude on the aspect of the 60 days challenge, That will be at the end of the presentation. And so I would like to share my screen now and take some demonstrations to respond to some of the questions that many have been asking me. Some people will call me and tell me that they are experiencing some challenges regarding how they can log into their account. And then somebody called me, and as a matter of fact, he was getting angry. He was getting angry and frustrated, lamenting that what is actually preventing him from going into the exchange. And so I now began to have a conversation with him, trying to find out how are you trying to log into the exchange. And so he began to explain and explain. That was when I began telling him the errors that he is committing while trying to log into the system. And so I am going to begin with that. And also today I'm going to be taking three different aspects. And so the system has been upgraded, and then other features are now being enabled. And also I'm going to take us through how you can set up your wallet, and also how you can change to your local currency, and then also how you can be able to see whatever value or whatever is happening on your account in your local currency, and then eventually how you can set it up even during withdrawals or during P2P trading so that you can receive payment. So I'm going to cover how you are going to adjust or change your currency, the both fiat currencies on your on the exchange. We have numerous fiat currencies on the exchange, of which I'm going to show us how you can do that, because many people have been sending me message, how can they change how can they change the value of the whatever it is reflecting on their exchange in their local currency. And so I'm going to take that today, and I'm also going to show you how you can adjust your profile details. Maybe you have made a mistake on your email, or you made a mistake on your date of birth, or you want to change your phone number. And also I want to show you how you can also adjust your notification mode, so that what kind of notifications do you want to be receiving on the exchange. I will tell you how many notification APIs that are there in the exchange, and also the security feature aspects. And so I'm going to be demonstrating that here. And also finally, I will show you how you can add your profile picture on the exchange. In case you created your exchange and then you didn't add the picture initially, and you want to add your picture, because by the time this particular exchange comes open, there we have a social media section where I'm going to talk about that when we get into the exchange, where you can also interact, chat live with other people. You can follow other people. You can follow people who are trading. Other people can also follow you as well on the social media chat. And also I'm going to show us where you can recover your two-factor authenticator code. That has been the many challenge for so many people. And so the developers were able to add that feature. And so you, even if you misplace the initial one when you were creating your account, I am going to show you how you can recopy that particular same code for to activate your two-factor authenticator. And so these are some of the presentations I am going to cover today. And then subsequent meetings, I'm going to also cover other areas. And so basically, I will show us how you can navigate the exchange and also get to know and see other things that you have never seen before, ever since you created your wallet on the exchange. And so the exchange has numerous functionalities. And so I always advise people, when you get on the exchange, try to explore other areas, explore every aspect of the exchange in order to understand the terrain and also how the functionalities work. And so I'm going to share my screen now and take us through the presentation very quickly in just few minutes. You can write your questions on the comment section in case if you might forget, or you can indicate by raising up your hand at the end of the presentation. I will give you an opportunity to speak. And so here is the Exchange the admin login area where you can log in to your account. And so I'm going to use this email as a tutorial, and also I'm going to impute my password. Already we know all of this process. And so first, you are this captcha, you are going to confirm the captcha about twice, 2 times. And so the first time, once you enter your email and your password, you will confirm the captcha. Before you add your token, you will have to confirm the captcha again. And so here is where that fellow was experiencing some issues. And so here, when you come, you don't just select anything. There is a question. And so a question here says, please click each image containing a square. And so look at the image here so that it will help you to ascertain what is this security question asking you to do. And so if you look at this animal here, this is the same animal here. And so look at it again very well. This is another one here. And so this is only 2, not 3. And so that is all. Other animals are not squirrel. And so just go to next. And so I hope you can see my screen. One person can unmute.
Yes.
All right. So thank you so much. And so after that, immediately it will ask you this question twice. And so the second security question is referring to the same animal here. And sometimes it will give you a different security question or a puzzle to solve at times. So it depends on the security question. So let us look out for the same, look at this animal very well. If you don't know how to read, whenever you get to this section, just look at the animal right here on the right hand side. Then look out for that animal. Look at it very well again. This is it here. And then, is there any squirrel again? No, this is a lion. This is a lion. I don't know what this is. This is a dog. And also, and so this is only 2. The squirrel here are only 2 pictures here. So you verify. Sorry, let me take that again. I think so. I'm trying to make more emphasis so that those of us who are experiencing such challenge, you should be able to understand. So it's the same security question. So you will look out for that animal, that same type of animal, and then you click next. It's asking the same question, and so this is 1, and this is 2. Other animals do not look like this, and so just proceed to verify. And so once you are verified, it will now accept that you are a human. So you log in. So by the time you are trying to log in, now the second security layer, which is the two-factor authenticator, will now block you. And here is another place where some people are making another mistake. That code, two-factor authenticator, only lasts for 30 seconds. And so in most cases, some people will copy the code and paste before coming back to verify the captcha. No, you are going to verify the captcha first before you impute the code, because it lasts for only 30 seconds. And so look at this animal again. I think it's the same animal that we verified initially. And so let's look at the pictures very well. Okay, this is 1. And I think let me see. I hope I get this. Let's go to next. So just look out for this animal squirrel. Those of you who knows animals very well, and so this is just a security question to ensure that you are a human. And so I passed that. Now, after I verify my captcha, that is when I will proceed to now enter the two-factor authenticator. And so 170 820. And so it lasts for 30 seconds. I log in now. So, okay, it's telling me that these credentials do not match our record. And so maybe I have made a mistake on imputing the password. And so let me take it again. All right. And so after imputing the correct password, maybe you have done a mistake. You are not going to use the same code to log in. And so you'll have to cancel this. You have to erase this completely. And then you have to verify that you are a human again first, that you are not a robot, before you can now proceed to confirming that. And so here, this time around, as you can see, the security question has changed, and now is asking us to uh, uh, verify a picture containing a dog. And so let's look out for a picture containing a dog. And then so let's look at the picture very well, so that we can ascertain which of these is containing a dog. And then we will now, so here is one, here is two, and then I think so far you go to next. And so once you come to this next stage, you are going to still verify. I think it's asking us the same question. So let us take note of what this particular question is asking us to do. And so here it's still asking us to click pictures containing a dog. And so let's look out for a dog. This is one. And so where is the dog again? And so this is another. And so this one looks like a bunny actually, but it's a dog. And so you have to look very carefully. Let me see if it confirms me. All right. So that means I did not get it right. Now it has brought me back to a squirrel. And so let me now, this is a squirrel and this is another one. And so let me go to next. And so the same squirrel. And so this is one. And which one again? This one looks like a squirrel. And so this looks like a mouse. And so let us see if I get verified. Good. And so now let me make sure or authenticate my password again to ensure that I am actually using the right password, so that I will not be taken back again to where I was. All right. So now we impute the two-factor authenticator very quickly, because that 2FA should be the last thing that you will do. 706005. And so this is the two-factor authentication. And so let us see now if we can be able to access the account. Boom. And so right now, as you can see, I was able to log in, and I actually made those errors intentionally to show us what some people are experiencing. And some of you will impute wrong details, and maybe perhaps you have not saved your password somewhere, and then you'll be complaining, I cannot have access to my account, I cannot do this, and I cannot do that. So ensure that you have your password and every other details regarding your exchange kept very, very safe to avoid issues. And so now that we are in our account, we have exchange navigational options on two different sections, both the left and the right. And so on my left hand here, you can see home, profile, payments, wallet, and then exchange and P2P. That is on the left hand corner. And so when you come back to the right hand side of the exchange here, where you have your username and your email here, you can see we have home we have profile, we have purchase, we have account, and then we also have log out. And so we have several functionalities on each side, both the left and on the right. And so first, I am going to take us through the notification section. And so to set up notifications and also currencies, you will come to account here on the right hand side. Click on the right hand side here where the picture of your profile is, and then these options will come up. And so select account. And so when you click on account option, and so the same details that you have on payment, some of these details such as bank account, and also bank account is also here on the account section. And so here, as you can see on my account, over here, you can see I have a profile picture right here. And so I can decide to change this profile picture by just clicking this camera. And so when I click camera like this, it will take me to a place where I can select, is loading currently. It will take me to my file where I can be able to select a profile. And let's say maybe I want to check a picture from download. I want to check it from my PC or whatever it is. And so it will take you to where you are going to choose a picture. And so once you choose that picture, and then you will add the picture by clicking open and then update. And so once that is done, the same way you used to do on your Facebook profile, the way you can add a picture on your Facebook profile or your WhatsApp profile is the same procedure here. And here you can see the type of pictures that can fit in that are acceptable. You can either use JPEG or JPG or PNG. So those are the picture modifications or qualities. Now, coming to the issue of your basic information, it is required that from the initial beginning of creating this account, you should use your rightful details, which is your right first name and also your last name. And the first name and the last name that you are using, ensure that it is the same name that you have on your identity, on your ID card, so that when you are submitting your KYC, it will not reject, or the details that are here, which is your first and your last name, will tally with what is on your identity. And so here you cannot edit your name, because by default you should be able to provide your right your correct details in signing up this account first. And so nationality also here, you should be able to select your nationality correctly from the opening of the account. And so once you select your nationality, you will not change it. Yes, and so ensure that if you are from Nigeria, stick to Nigeria. Select your correct nationality for security reason. And so the only thing you can modify is your date of birth. If there is a mistake from your date of birth, or maybe peradventurely you discover that the date of birth that you selected during the account opening does not tally with your identity, you can adjust your date of birth. And so you can, this one is editable. And so you can also give a little bit about yourself, your biography, for other traders to get to know you and also get to interact with you. And if peradventurely you also have a problem with your email, let's assume your email has been hacked, or maybe there was a mistake made on your email, you can create another email and come back here and update that email and then save charges. But in updating that email, you have to verify the two-factor authenticator. And also, coming to the issue of phone number here, let's assume you are from Nigeria. As soon as you type plus 234, the flag will change. Nigeria. If you type +231, the flag will change to Liberia. If you type +232, the flag will change to Sierra Leone. And so, whichever country code that you are coming from, as soon as you type the phone number of that country, and then you click Save Changes, that phone number will automatically be saved. And then that particular email that you are saving, as soon as you want to re-update your email, when you click Save Changes, is going to require you to impute your two-factor authenticator to ensure that you are the one that is making such changes in your account. And so that is that on the general button section that has to do with your profile. Then secondly, we are now going to preference. Preference here is your notifications. And so I stated here from the beginning, in terms of notifications, whether or not you want to receive a notification on anything that happens in your exchange. First, we have the email notification. Second, we have the exchange notification. This particular bell you are seeing is also right here next to your profile picture. And so we have the emails, we have the exchange notification, we also have the SMS. And so you can decide to enable whichever one that you will want to receive, but during transactions, you will have to enable all the notifications, because you cannot perform a transaction without first confirming a code that the exchange will send you, and also an SMS that you will authenticate before any transaction can be done, and then also with your two-factor authenticator. And so we have the email, we have the exchange notification, we also have the SMS notification. And so if you want to receive notification when sending payments, you can enable the SMS if you want to, or disable it. So it is not yet enabled because we have not yet started trading. As soon as the trading starts, all of this will enable by default as a requirement to secure your asset. And so this is the aspects of notifications. Now coming to the third aspect, which is the currency. Here, as you can see, I have changed my fiat currency to Naira. And so if I want to change to, let's say, for instance, once you click on this particular option here, you can see this is Naira. And so let me change to Liberian dollars, for example. Now I want to, here we have so many fiat currencies on the exchange. We have Australian dollars, we have Canadian dollars, we have Swiss franc, we have Egyptian pound, we have Ethiopian currency, we also have euro, we have pound sterling, we have Ghana cedi, we have Hong Kong dollars, we have Indian rupee, we have Jamaican dollars, we have Japanese yen, we also have Kenyan shillings, Liberian dollars, Nigerian naira. And so we have so many other fiat currencies also integrated on the exchange. We have New Zealand dollars, Russian ruble, uh, leons. We also have El Salvador currency. We have US dollars. We have South African rand. We have Zimbabwean kwacha. We also have Zambian kwacha. Sorry, we have Zimbabwe dollar, and so we have numerous African currencies more on the exchange as well. And so let me take, for example, I will just use three different currencies to give us a practical demonstration. Now, let's assume I want to change to Liberian dollars. So I want everything, I am from Liberia, and I want everything in my exchange to reflect in Liberian dollars. And so once I select the Liberian dollars, I will click Save Changes. And so if it is saved, it will tell you that your profile was updated. And so right now, let's come back to home, for example. So you will see the value of Bitcoin in Liberian dollars. So if it is US dollars, you will see this dollar sign at first. So because it is Liberian dollars, this dollar sign is at the back, is coming last. And so currently the price of one Bitcoin to Liberian dollars is equivalent to 4,579,478.57 Liberian dollars. Now, that is for Liberian dollars. Now, let us go back and change it to another local currency. For example, let us change to, let's say, Leones for people from Sierra Leone. And now, let me pick Leones, for example. Let's see what the value of Leones will be in Bitcoin. And so it was updated. Now, let me come back home to check. And so I'm answering some of the questions that many people have been asking. And so here, if you look at the current value of Bitcoin in the Sierra Leone currency, which is the leones, you will discover that one Bitcoin today is 483,470,742.32 leones. And so if I also go to my wallet right now, I will look at the equivalent wallet balance of the coins, the IWC coins I have in this account in leones. I have 448,389.10 leones. And so the value of this currency right now has changed to leones completely. So everything about my exchange account is in leones. So if I want to receive payment from someone via the P2P section, the person will see that I am actually accepting leones currently right now. So those are the changes on my account. And then when we go back now to also look at, let me take the last currency now, then we wrap it up. And so I strongly believe that you understand how to select this now. And so next, let me take which country? Okay, let me take Ghana because I'm trying to walk along with the recent closer countries are surrounding us in West Africa to understand. So here is Ghana CD. And so let me take Ghana CD for instance, and then let me save changes. So your profile was updated. And so when you come back home, you will discover that the value of Bitcoin is changed to Ghana CD. Here is the CD sign. And then you will discover that the one Bitcoin today is 321,919.54 Ghana cedis. And so let's confirm my wallet balance to see if it also reflects in CD. Yes, it is reflecting on CD here. As you can see, I have 298.26 Ghana CD. And so that is where you are going to select the option as regards to the currencies that you want to accept on the exchange. And also, if you want to see whatever transpires on the exchange with your local currency. So here is where you are going to find out that. I'm sure that has been taken. And so, coming to the issue of verifications, on the verification aspect, it has to do with KYC. We have not yet started KYC, so nothing has been said, nothing yet has been unlocked. The KYC features are not yet unlocked here because KYC has not yet begun on the exchange until until the migration is completed. And so, you could also add your bank details on this particular section as well. So you can either add it here on payments or you can add it from accounts on the right hand section where you can also enable other features. And so I've already done a video tutorial covering this. And so just click on add here and then you proceed to add your bank account details. If you have not yet seen that video, go and watch that video I posted already. It's all over on the forum. So lastly, I will talk about where you can recover your two-factor authenticator, which is you come to security. And so when you come to security, here has two options. And so on security, it shows you the number of logs. Here it explained to you how many times you logged, when you logged into your account, what browser do you use to log, what window or what type of phone are you using to log. And so this particular log IP or API is located in the United States of America. Or in case most of you don't know, IWC Exchange is fully hosted on Amazon, highly secured with latest security features. And whenever you log into your account, it also keeps record of the number of logs. And so these are the number of logs, and also in this account. So I can also go back to see many other logs that I have made in the past. And so how do I log? I logged here in an with an Android phone. Here I'm logging in with Windows 10 with my PC. And so as you can see, the logs are all showing me the number of logs when I logged in, the date and the time, and whatever transpired in the exchange. And so when you scroll way down here, on the security aspect, we have two sections. Here you can change your login password, and here is where you can enable your two-factor authenticator and also disable it. And so I'm going to show us how we can view the two-factor authenticator code. For those of us who just set up that two-factor authenticator, we did not remember to copy the activation code. In case we lost that details, we can be able to use another phone to activate. And so what you will do is that you will just click on add. So when you click on add, it will request you to enter the two-factor authenticator. So enter the recent or the valid code, which is, I'm going to enter it now, 094, for example, 752. And so I'm requesting to get the code. And so as you can see here, it has brought you back to the same code that you were using to sign up when you open your account newly. And so this particular code is what you are looking for. So you can highlight it and copy it this time around and save it somewhere. Or you can use your QR scan to scan this again in order to get it automatically on your account. And so once you are done doing that, and then you can just click outside of it, you have already gotten that code. And so for those of us who are complaining, especially administrators, I forgot to copy this code, I misplace it. So as long as you are able to log into your account, you can recover that. So once you click on add device, just enter the valid 6-digit number, and then you request. As soon as you request, it will open the code, and then you copy it and have it kept safe in a very good secured environment. Now, coming to the issue of password update. If you want to change your password, this one goes to especially people who their accounts were created by humanitarians. And so now what you are going to do is that as soon as that details is handed over to you, you can recreate your own password, different from what the password that the administrator has created for you, in order to ensure that nobody can access your account except you. And so let's assume, for instance, Mr. David Makama who created an account for me, and I'm part of the humanitarian beneficiaries, and I have my 50 coins under my care. And so what I'm going to do first, I want to change the password different from what David has created for me. And so all I will need to do is to enter the first password that David has created for me. And so once I enter that password, now here is telling you new password. So I'm creating a new password that David does not know what it is. So the same thing you enter here, you are going to reconfirm it here. And so when you enter the same details here. That is your new password, and then you click submit. And so once you click submit, it will update. And so once it updates, that means that password that David has used to create an account for you will no longer be valid. This will be the new valid password. And so even if David tries to log into your account without your knowledge, he cannot access your account because he does not know the new password that you have created. And so these are some of the functionalities and also the presentations that I promised to had undertaken today to help guide you and also help you to learn how to navigate for other functionalities on the exchange. And so that is that for account. And so I have taken care of this aspect today. Uh, Coming to the issue of profile, the social media section also, like I told us, this is a section wherein you can be able to follow other people and others can also follow you on your social media platforms. And so when we begin trading, also, this is where you are going to communicate with other people. And so this display is showing your profile picture, and also here has to do with the number of followers. So the people that are following you, as soon as trading begins, you will be able to see them here with their usernames. Okay, Mr. So 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 and so actually is following me, or he bought coins from me. And also the people you are following, and it also helps you to interact with them. You can type and send messages to them directly from your exchange account, and they can also reply you. So this is a social media chat where you can either send message or receive messages. And so here is not yet unlocked until the P2P trading section is ready. And so once the P2P section is ready, of course, we all know that you will have to interact with someone who is buying coins from you. You'll have to discuss on modalities before transactions can take place. And so we are going to get to do that presentation when the time comes. And so also coming to the aspect of purchasing, purchasing also has to do with either crypto or gift cards. Here on this section, you can also, if you have Amazon gift cards, you also have Alibaba, AliExpress, whatever it is, you can also buy or sell gift cards over here on this section. It is not yet unlocked until we begin trading. And so that is that for the right section, the this particular side. And then the last one is log out. And so for those of you who will just log into your account and save it, you will not log out. It is always advisable that you have your details kept, so that you should be logging out of your account in case something happen or someone have access to unlock your phone. They cannot go straight into your asset to see your privacy. And so those of you who don't know where to log out, this is log out. So just click on this, and then you log out. They say log out successfully, you are out. And so your account is secured. Before you can gain access to your account, you have to enter your details and confirm all of those captures, all the security features. And so this makes your account very safe. And this also prevents people from gaining access into your account anyhow, unauthorized. And so thank you so much. I think I have done justice to this today. I don't know if we have any question, but before I take questions, I sincerely once again want to appreciate our very enthusiastic humanitarian sponsors. Like I used to always narrate or say here in this forum, I want to sincerely tell us that I am proud of someone. I am proud of every humanitarian who has been sponsoring other people to ensure that we are making progress. But one person that I can actually, that is exceptionally appreciated, and also who is leading the entire sponsorship aspect, is Madam Favor from Lagos. She has been very consistent from when this particular 60 days challenge began. And so she has migrated over 66 persons. And so she has been very consistent. I think almost every week she migrates people, every blessed week, ever since we kick off. This week alone, I think she has migrated about 4 to about 6 persons already within this week. And so she has been migrating people on a regular basis. These are people that believe in what we are doing, and they you will see the manifestation of what IWC is all about. All I am begging and also appealing to us is that let us all put our hands together to ensure that we accomplish this migration process. When it comes to the issue of trading, whether or not you are going to benefit from IWC, that is not even a prayer point as far as this project is concerned. And I can guarantee all of us that in this forum. And so I am encouraging those of us who have little coins in your possession, ensure that you take advantage of this migration process to acquire coins, because trust me, a time will come that you will so regret taking advantage of this opportunity. I can guarantee us that, because by the time we have other traders from other exchange coming to IWC exchange to buy coins, especially on the P2P sections, that is when so many of you will overlook what you have in your possession. And so it is not sweet to invest. It is not also sweet to deny yourself some pleasure in order to benefit in the future, but it is worth doing. And so I am encouraging more sponsorships. Sponsorships are coming on a daily basis. I am so surprised that we have over 40 sponsorship coming from Liberia this week alone. And so people from Liberia are sponsoring people in Nigeria so that they can get more coins. And we also had a situation whereby someone from Burkina Faso also sponsored 10 persons here in Nigeria. And so it doesn't matter where you are, you can sponsor more people and get more coins in your possession, especially now in this migration season. And so Madam Favor is actually taking the lead up till this moment, even though we had Mr. Paul from Yola who actually had wanted to challenge Madam Favor by sponsoring 50 persons. And so he's saying he's going to take the lead before next week. I don't know how he's actually going to do that. But I want to appreciate Madam Favor. You are really doing a tremendous job by sponsoring humanitarians. And in return, you are also getting more benefits that you will live to appreciate that benefit when the time comes. Trust me. And so we also have uh, Tochukwu Nnamani, who sponsored 10 persons, like I stated, from Burkina Faso. And I also have uh, Pastor Victor Ismaila, who actually sponsored 40 persons from Yola. I also have His Royal Highness Joshua Takar, our daddy here, who sponsored over 10 persons. We have Mr. Koli Bombo from Liberia, who sponsored about 7 persons. And then we also have Mr. NSC from Adamawa State, who actually he sponsored about 2 persons. Mr. Ibrahim Mohammed too from Kaduna State. He sponsored 2 persons. And we also have Mr. Henry from Kaduna who sponsored 5. We also have Johnson from Liberia who sponsored 20 persons. We also have Mr. Elisha from Kaduna State who sponsored 5 persons. And we also have Mr. Danladi, who sponsored from Kaduna State, who sponsored about 5 humanitarians. And so we are having sponsorships coming on a daily basis. And so altogether, we have a total of 375 sponsorship right now. And so we are waiting for the administrators to do their work by creating emails, by also creating accounts for their users on the exchange, so that we can have these sponsorships utilized and add up to the numbers that we have currently on the migration section. And so, thank you very much. At this point, I would like to take some questions or comments, or maybe you want to remind me or add something to what I have said regarding the merchants, the 24 hours merchants, IWC merchants on the exchange. I have already stated the entire requirements previously. You will need to have up to 5,000 coins. And so by next week, we will start adding those who are interested and qualify and want to become merchants on the Incredible Exchange. And so beginning from Monday of next week, we will begin to add those who are qualified so that we can start brainstorming and also training them on the exchange and showing you more other navigations and also what you are required to do as a merchant. And so, as a merchant is someone who is always ready to buy or who is always ready to sell on the exchange. And so we are going to throw more light on the merchant aspect. And also the IWC offline merchant traders is actually increasing. We also have recorded two persons from Niger State who are indicating interest to they are business owners. One of them has a mini supermarket in Mina in Niger State. I think the location is around Tunga in Niger State. Like, he sent me the address. He has a mini supermarket, and so he wants to also he indicated interest also to want to accept IWC for his goods for as a medium of exchange. So he says when we are ready, he is in. And we also have another fellow from Federal Polytechnic, no, from College of Education, who has a shop and also a bookshop over there in College of Education in Mina, who is also indicating interest that he wants to be a part of the offline IWC merchant traders. And so these are people who are into one businesses or the other who indicated interest to accept IWC as a medium of exchange for their goods and services. And so when the time comes, we are going to begin to showcase these people, their business areas, and we'll also give you the address where you can go to these persons and buy whatever commodity and transfer the equivalent of that commodity in IWC. Instead of using your naira or whatever currency to pay them, you can now pay them in return with your IWC and take your commodities. And so we are going to build that offline merchant very strongly. We also have some car, car spare part dealers in Abuja here who are part of IWC who also indicated interest. And so when the time comes, we are going to give you a list and also post it on our platform so that we will give you the address. So if you want to buy this, you can locate so shop and also locate this particular individual from this state and get in touch with him for whatever it is that you want to buy from them and also pay them with IWC. And so this is to encourage those of us who are not online, those people who receive IWC either via the humanitarian allocation, or some of us who purchase IWC and we don't have a smartphone or an Android phone, but we have our account details. You can walk up to any of those offline merchants. They can help you in the process, help to log you into your account, and then deduct whatever number of coins that you are going to spend with them for their goods and services. And so we're also going to carry out trainings regarding that aspect for those who are going to be our IWC offline merchant persons. And so I would like to stop here. If there is any question or comment, you can kindly or quickly signify by raising up your hand on the app, or you can type your questions on the comment section so that I will do justice to those questions before I wrap it up this evening. Do we have any question or any comment? While we are waiting any question or comment, I would like to recognize the presence of one of our leaders over there from Liberia. She is always consistent in most cases, despite the connectivity challenges on her region. Yes, Madam Zelin, you can unmute your mic and greet the house and give us an update whether or not we are making progress from your region. How is everything going on over there? Let me recognize you first before going to other leaders.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you for the update.
Yes.
Thank you. I know that gradually we are getting there. There is progress. It's just a matter of time and patience. So thank you to everyone that is making sure to attend this meeting and those that believe in the project. It's not easy from the onset till now. We are still struggling to get the figure. So thanks to everyone that is still striving hard. I want to you concerning why I want to put it up chatter with you already, and I trust that you were able to talk with the army. So I don't want to publicize it now until address from you.
All right. Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you very much, Madam Zelin from Maryland. Even though your network, your audio was it's like on and off, but I think we I'm able to get an update from your end, and so we will do our best and continue to do more in terms of making sure that everyone is carried along, especially in this migration process. And so I want to commend also the efforts of some of our coordinators and also some of our leaders, and then especially one of our leader from Yola, who is actually doing everything possible to put up a presentation in some of the universities over there that we are going to interface with very soon. And so I also want to announce to us in the House that we have actually changed, reshuffled the leadership of IWC in Sierra Leone due to some factors and also due to some of the inadequacy of some of the coordinators. Those of you that will listen to this audio from Sierra Leone, uh, Pastor Frank is no longer the country ambassador, and so we have shifted the mantle of leadership to Mr. Senese Muhammad, who is residing in Bo City. And so those of you who are going to follow up, because I got to understand that we have so many people from different regions who actually up till now do not understand how to join this meeting, but they always play this particular recorded version of our meetings when it is posted on our forums. And so those of you from Bow City, from Kenema, from Waterloo and other regions in Sierra Leone and across Freetown, uh, do us a favor by communicating directly to Mr. Senesi, and Pastor Frank currently is no longer the country ambassador for Sierra Leone due to some factors, and also looking at the fact that Pastor Frank is no longer residing in Sierra Leone. He has relocated out of Sierra Leone, and so we will need a coordinator who is resident in Sierra Leone to be able to carry out activities and also ensure that he supervise the entire IWC activities over there in that region. And so that is that for tonight. And I think we do not have any other comment or question. If there is, you can indicate by raising up your hands if you want to ask any question. And if there is none, I would like to appreciate our leaders. I can see one of our leaders, God's Power, and Mr. Paul. They are always consistent. Mr. Paul, you can greet the house very briefly before we wrap it up. Let me just recognize you quickly and also tell us what is happening from your region. Everything is silent from your end.
Yeah, good evening, sir.
Yes,
Right
good
now
evening.
in the southeast, we are trying to reorganize things to, for a little while now, normal, because most of our executive, some of them are biased, but we are trying, I'm just trying to get everybody involved, make sure that everybody is involved. Apart from my brother who is working very, very closely with me. And we have a lot of people that needed to be migrated. But we also have a little problem that some of them don't even know how to open their wallet and all things like that. We have a lot of work here to do. But by the grace of God, we'll keep on marching forward until we get there. Thank you very much for now.
All right, thank you, Mr. Paul. I think anybody who is not effective over there and who tries to be biased among the leadership in the Southeast, you can change the person, and we are not going to appoint leadership and will continue to sit down occupying a position of leadership without doing anything. That is not the purpose or the reason for which you are appointed, or others are, those who are working along with you are appointed as leaders. And so anyone who
We
is biased and
also,
is not ready to work, let me know so that we can change and reshuffle the entire leadership. We want to make progress. We don't want people to continue to nag. We don't want people who continue to complain. We want result. We can complain from now till 10 years to come, we will not have any result. And so, if there is any challenge you are confronted with regarding the leaders, let us reshuffle the leadership and look for people who are active and hand over the responsibility to them so we can move forward.
okay, sir. Well, let's just watch them for the moment because regarding the meeting we had, a brief meeting I had with some of them one by one. I think they are all trying to understand where we are going because most of them thought that the things is no longer at ease. But we thank God that after my briefing with them concerning what is going on, the new developments that they are lacking behind. And they accepted it, and I think we're going to make more progress this time around
Okay, I have
because we
never
have so
seen
many other
Mr.
plans.
Ken.
Going to,
Mr. Ken, who is working very closely
yes,
with you and the other fellow. I think it is only Mr. George that I have seen
um,
once in this meeting. Most of them, none of them, even some of the
yes,
ladies who are working along with you, none of them have ever been to this meeting. And so, how are you going to get updated? And in most cases, I normally post the entire meeting schedule even on the Southeast group chat. And so they don't come for meetings,
yes,
they don't
you do.
attend any updates. How are they supposed to know where we are at the moment? And so that has been the challenge, not even a bone of contention. And so if they are interested in what we are doing, they have to participate in order to be informed or be carried along in regarding wherever or whatever is happening that has to do with updates on the Incredible Exchange. And so, what I'm saying in essence is that if they continue to give you tough time by complaining and other things, you can reshuffle the leadership and look for people who are very effective so that we can make progress and move forward.
Okay, sir.
Yes.
So thank
And
you.
so let's have
We'll
a
do our best.
communication
Yeah.
and then see how best we can we will try and see how best to keep moving, because over there in the southeast, I'm not sure if you have done up to 10 or 20 migrations even from the humanitarian.
Yeah. We have done up. I think we're up to 10,
All right.
but
And you have a list
some
of
of them
close.
are complaining that they have never seen their.
They have never seen what? All right. Anyone who is complaining that they've not
Thank
seen
you
their
so much,
coins,
sir.
anyone who is complaining that they
Okay.
have not seen their coins, that means they have not submit their the submission of their migration details is inappropriate, and I'm sure they must have received a query via their emails. And so ensure to inform them to check their emails, because when
Yeah,
your
that's what I
migration is
told them.
completed, you will be communicated directly from the exchange to your email.
Yes, I know that. Okay.
It's all right.
So let's see what. Okay. Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you so much, Mr. Paul. Thank you very much. Yes, and
Welcome.
so that is that for from the southeast. I'm not seeing Mr. George. He was initially in the meeting. Okay, let's also let me also give Mr. God's Power just 1 minute, because he's one of the leaders before we can wrap it up. Before I can say the final comments. Yes, Mr. God's Power. Good evening. I don't know if Mr. God's Power is in this meeting. And so, what I want to address lastly is regarding our various social media chat rooms. And so, I want to commend one of our admins and also those of us who are administrators on our various WhatsApp group chats. You have to be at alert. We have people who are scammers and also spammers who are coming into our various group chats using our WhatsApp link. Some of them are joining our links from the website to come in and try to see how best they can scatter or compromise the entire chat room in order to scatter everyone and get attention of people. I have also received another report where some people are private chatting other users directly, asking them some informations. And so, if you have any question or any challenge regarding IWC or migration or whatsoever, if you cannot communicate with that ambassador directly or your coordinator who is assigned in your region, communicate directly to me. Why am I saying this? Is because there we had people who almost I had someone who almost lost their coins because one of these posters were chatting, private chatting the person and asking him whether or not he has done KYC on the exchange and what have you. And so most of them will be parading themselves as administrators on the forum. And so we have to be very careful. You have to beware. One of them started this evening, and he was sending all manner of chats on the Nigerian group chat. And so before, when I got through asking him some questions, one of the administrators took him out. And so we should be aware, and also we should also be able to ascertain this kind of people and also take note of the kind of phone numbers they use. In most cases, they use clone phone numbers. And so let us beware of those people. And sometimes there is a new scam alert in town, wherein there is a particular app that some people can use other people's faces to have a video call with you, and thinking that you are actually talking to someone you know, but it is not the person. So let us be careful. Let us be very open, so that people like this will not take us unaware. And so, on behalf of everyone, I want to thank us this evening and also appreciate us for staying put up till this moment. We have gone over an hour and 39 minutes. So many people are coming in and out, jumping in and out. Maybe some of them are going out because of network connectivity. I want to appreciate us all for staying here patiently, and also uh, seeing that you have stayed from the beginning to the end of this meeting. Let's do it again come Friday. Don't be tired, as we are going to be releasing a lot of informations as we progress in this migration, before we get to the trading stage. Thank you so much, everyone, for holding on. And let's do it again on Friday. Good night, everyone. Thank you so much.